What's up, guys? It's Mandy,
It's Wanda,
and this is the Two Girls, One Bar podcast.
your strength sport podcast for the girls.
Yo, it's our 50th episode. Woo!
Yay!
The big 5-0. Not only is it our 50th episode, but it's also our 1 year. How did we time that so perfectly? I'm kind of impressed with us,
Well, we took
honestly.
2 weeks off,
Yeah,
so
that's how we
mathematically
timed
it
it
makes
perfectly,
sense.
was by slacking for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, no, it's I mean, I think we said a lot of stuff in the beginning of the year, but I kind of can't believe we're here. Like a
I
year
know.
later,
I
50
feel like
episodes in.
I feel like so much has happened since, our first podcast of the year. I don't know, it's been a long life, I feel like, for me.
No,
So much has
it's
happened.
literally February and it feels like
It's already
I think Wanda and I
February.
constantly text back and forth about just like how intensely exhausted we are right now. I
Yeah,
just got
because
back from a conference. She's like going nutso with her PhD. Like everything is crazy right now.
I started time blocking things out this semester, so it's like every hour is like filled. And it's like, which is great because I'm like super productive, but it's like I'm constantly doing something for like 8 hours.
Yeah. And it does help. I like to time block things also, but it's also one of those things where it makes me check myself on like, well, shit, I'm kind of doing too much here. Cause
Yeah.
like we're not time blocking out. I'll like time block out time. And then I'm like, I just time blocked out like 15 hours. Like I can't go for 15 hours straight. Like we need to fix this.
Yeah, I
Um,
would like try to time block like a mobility session, and it's like, oh crap, I have no time unless it's at 6 a.m. and I'm not gonna do that. I mean, I actually tried this week, but it didn't happen.
yeah. Well, and I think I know like for me, like nothing has been one of the things that personally I'm struggling with. Like I thrive in a routine. Like I can deal with like little things that come up, but I like really thrive in a routine, like kind of same wake up routine. I like to go to bed at the same time and like drink my tea, read my book before bed. Like I like
Mhm.
routine. I really thrive on that. And so I feel like since moving back to Wisconsin and, I kind of started a bunch of stuff all at the same time, but it was like right at the holidays.
Mhm.
So nothing has been routine because it was like Christmas and then New Year's and then travel for this, do this for this,
Yeah.
go to a conference. And I'm like, okay, the next couple weeks might be my first few routine weeks, like
Yeah.
in forever. Um, and I mean, lucky and fun to be doing like and traveling and like doing the things that I'm doing, but man, I'm just like craving routine. I want to like train at the same freaking times
Yeah.
every week and do the same things at the same times. Like I'm really craving that, and it's not
Yeah.
happening in my life right now.
I mean, it's not like you can even, settle into the routine either because the Arnold's coming up
I
in,
know.
2 weeks or something. So,
I
and
know.
you're gonna be traveling for, like, that whole week too, right?
Yeah, I was laughing because I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a regular schedule. What is it, next week? The week after? I guess it's only 2 weeks, really. Like, I'm gonna have 2 weeks and then I'll leave Wednesday for the
Mhm.
Arnold. So it's just like, yeah, I'm off like Wednesday through Monday. So I'm just like, well, shoot, then so I have 2 weeks of somewhat normalcy. All right. Well, just kidding. I'm not really settling into crap then.
After the Arnold.
Yeah. After the Arnold, I'll have, now I'm curious. 1, 2, 3. Oof, listen, after the Arnold, it's a whole 4 weeks until Masters Nationals.
Yeah.
Listen, yeah, it's just a little like crazy. Again, all fun things. Like all of the things are like obviously the holidays, fun, conference, fun, but I'm like yawning. I'm fucking tired, dude. I'm so tired.
I mean, it's kinda nice, having something to look forward to because it's like you just have something to look forward to, like, it helps pass the time in a way, and it's like, okay, after the Arnold, I literally just booked flights to San Diego.
Oh my god.
So I'm like, "Okay, and after that," because like, the Arnold's, like, another trip, and it's like, "Ooh, after that, I got another trip lined up." It's like
Mhm.
working towards, like, I don't know, excitement. I don't know,
Yeah.
just keeping myself, like, preoccupied.
I think I'm getting old because I like my current dream right now is I would love like my dream would be to have like a week off of everything, but I need like just catch up time.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, for example, like we talked about, like I meant to get a post up yesterday and I didn't get it up and it'll go up today. Like, I need like a handful of days where I can just play catch up and get back to being ahead. I had us like a whole month ahead with like the podcast. I was like a month ahead with everything else. And now all of
yeah,
a sudden I'm like, it's a little bit of a scramble for, like, our podcast stuff, Meet Me Co stuff, like, I gotta get out invoices for the Arnold, like, just different things like that, and I'm like, "Ugh, I don't like not being ahead." My, like, type A needs to be ahead of the game, and so currently I'm not ahead of the game, and it's making my brain a little crazy.
there's always next week, it's okay.
Yeah. Well, I listen, you know, we're about to celebrate our 1 year, which is hilariously on Valentine's Day, and we all know that I have jack shit to do on Valentine's Day. So, I am gonna
Oh,
kind
I
of
have a
use, like
boyfriend this time.
I know, you have a Valentine's Day. I'm gonna use half the day as, like, catch up, and half the day I'm gonna turn off my phone, and I'm just gonna read and
Yeah,
hang out with my dogs, and it's gonna be wonderful.
yeah, actually, I mean, I'm going shredding, on, Saturday. So, it's gonna be a little warm. It's supposed to, like, almost hit 50 in, like, good old Devil's Head near Wisconsin Dells, which is, like
Yeah,
it'll be a nice, like, little spring snow day, but,
yeah.
um, I'm hoping to do, like, a little, like ooh, like, a little seafood boil for dinner. We couldn't get,
Ooh.
like or we weren't planning on getting reservations, just might do something yummy at home, so
Yeah. I mean, that sounds so good. Also, I feel like Valentine's Day is where they, like, double the charge for everything, and it's really
uh,
crowded, and it's not
yeah.
private anyways, so
Yeah,
do
one of my
something.
really good friends from college, her birthday's on Valentine's Day, and she just, like, hates celebrating it because it's, like, everyone's just, like, celebrating with their, like, significant other, and she's, like, just trying to celebrate her day of birth. So,
She's like, "It's just my birthday, y'all, like, I'm just trying to, like, have a good birthday."
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, we can also celebrate 1 year of Two Girls, One Bar, which is so effing cool.
Yeah,
And, I
accomplished
mean,
a
I
lot.
think, obviously, like, one of the biggest things for us right now are these scholarships for the Arnold.
Mhm.
Um, obviously, like, a dream of something we, you know, wanted to be able to do, but, um, I think realistically, like, to do it to where, like, the podcast is paying for it, we would have had to wait till next year.
Yeah,
Um, and I didn't wanna wait. I have this much patience, and that's
yeah,
none. So I was
yeah,
like, "Let's just do it."
yeah.
Um, and it's been I don't know about you, but it's just, like, kind of blown me away, like, the amount of support, even the applications coming in, like, it's kind of blown me away on all fronts. Like, I guess that's
Mhm,
the best way to describe it. You know, people giving money to do more scholarships, people applying for the scholarships, even just, like, some of the comments of, you know, people listening to the podcast. Like, I know people listen to it now, like, I do know this.
mhm.
Um, but it still seems, like, so surreal, and I don't know, it's just really freaking cool.
Mhm. Yeah, because I know you talked about the scholarship, like, pretty later in the year, I think last year, right?
Mhm,
And I'm like, "Oh, okay, like, we'll see," because I know it'll be, like, mostly, like, Patreon based, like, that's how we would plan to, like, support this, like, scholarship fund,
mhm.
and I think it was just, like, so surprising to me after you got that first one out, like, the amount of support we've received from the community to, like, wanna contribute, and it's, like, obviously, like, being able to support 6 athletes to go to the Arnold is, like I, like, still can't believe it. I'm just like, "This is crazy."
Yeah, I can't either, and I listen, for someone who is, absolutely alone on Valentine's Day, I was really proud of, like, the men in my life stepping
Yeah.
up because the first people to kind of reach out and be like, "This is fucking awesome, like, let me throw some money," were dudes, you know?
Mhm.
And that to me is also really cool that everybody wants to kind of support getting more women lifting and
Mhm.
going to the Arnold and doing things, and Yeah, I can't believe we're giving away 6 scholarships. It's really, like, insane to me.
Yeah.
I was, like, just gonna, like, excited to use some of my, my little bit of funds from past to, like, let me just do 1 scholarship, and holy shit, like, 6 scholarships is so I can't get over it.
Yeah, I mean, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, 200, 250 for, like, a meat fee, like, that amount in itself isn't a lot, but it's, like, 250 bucks you can use towards, like, so many other things that you had already spent on, like, attending this sports festival because you wanted to, because it's, like, part of, like, what brings you joy.
Yeah, well, and I think one of the things too is, like, yeah, it's expensive, right? Like, so we've had
Yeah.
people I think to me, one of the things that has been cool is we have a lot of weightlifters applying. Like, we can see, we ask the event they're registered for, but we have had powerlifters, strongman, like, that's cool to me to see other sports kind of like
Mhm.
flying in. Um, but I think beyond that, like, 250 is a lot, but also everybody's paying to get there too, right? It's
Mhm.
not just the meat, that's just the meat fees. So then if you think of, photography on top of that and traveling and your stay and food, like, those types of trips really do
Add up.
add up, and they get really expensive. And especially if you're not, like, sometimes I know people will travel with a team and then they can stay together, but even
Mhm.
then, like, the Airbnbs, they flood that pricing. It is
Yeah.
insane. I'm so glad I booked my Airbnb while I was at finals, because 2 weeks later, some of the ones that I looked at that were around $1,000 were like 4 grand
Yeah.
for the same amount of time, and it just gets really expensive. So it feels really good to it just feels really good to be able to, like, hopefully ease a little bit of that burden.
Mhm.
I know some of the people so far, I think the 2 that we've given out so far, when this comes out, there will be 2 that have been given out already, which technically, like, we gave out the money earlier than we announced them. But both are first time, participants at the Arnold too, which is also really cool. Um that's really cool. And, like, to reiterate, just so people kind of know how we're deciding, we are removing all identifying information, so there's no bias. It's not like we're choosing people we
No.
know, or, like, through friends, or even, we've kind of had, like, a panel of people reviewing applications. One, so it's not just me and Wanda choosing. People who have, sponsored full scholarships have kind of, like, looked through some of them and highlighted multiples, so then we can kind of go through and look at trends of, like, maybe people that stood out to multiple people.
Mhm.
We've kind of, like, highlighted, ones that stood out to me, ones that stood out to Wanda, ones that stood out to Josh and Justin, and, like, people who are kind of helping us review these applications. And it's just really cool to I don't know, it's been so cool to look through the expansive experiences that people are bringing to the
Mhm.
sport, and what strength sports have done for people.
Mhm.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
I also feel like I still can't get over, um, people, like, we kind of asked, like, "Is there anything else you wanna, like, tell us?" Um, and I can't believe the people who, like, genuinely, like, listen to us consistently. I still
Yeah.
can't get over it. I don't know if it's just, like, I think less of myself, or, like, what it is, but, like, you know what I
Could
mean? Like,
be.
I just can't get over
Yeah.
the amount of people that have found, like, community within the podcast,
Yeah,
who
I
listen
know,
to
and it's
podcasts.
like, I mean, we know the people that we've talked to as guests on the podcast, but it's, like, the people that we've also met through, like, the meetups and stuff, and it's like, okay, I know those people, but it's like, "Oh my god, there's more of them out there." So would for sure love to meet everyone still. Oh my god, that's something we should talk about. We need to, like, figure that out.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out the Arnold is so hard because we're all over the place, right? So, well, Wanda, what are you doing this year at the Arnold? Let's talk
Well,
about Columbus. Let's talk about Columbus. What are you gonna be doing at the Arnold this year?
no. So I think based on the preliminary schedule, I think I'm 8 AM on Sunday. Yeah, if and when this video is online, Mandy's eyes just went so wide.
Yeah, don't hold me to it, because I have done the shittiest job of trying to put us on YouTube, you guys. I promise it is coming. if anybody wants to be our free YouTube assistant, we make no money from this podcast, but we could really use help because I'm
But yeah,
overloaded.
Mandy's eyes went so wide when I said 8 a.m. on Sunday because it's like how they're structuring the sessions this year is all the A sessions, all like the big girl, big boy sessions are on Sunday, like the last sessions of the day, which is like crazy. Typically, they'd like space them out and then like lead like A, B, C, D, E into session A or whatever. Um, but because I kind of fall in like, I mean, 77s are so vast. There's like 140 of us registered.
Uh-huh.
So, just like how I felt with like my total, I think I'm 8 a.m. on Sunday.
Yeah, the structure of the meet this time is interesting. Um, I
I
looked at it while I was at the conference because I was like, "Oh, I should look at this and I should try to, like, send stuff out." I was literally traveling to shoot photos over the weekend and then went straight into this, like, team conference for WACASA, which is, like, an organization against domestic violence, but I wanted to look at it so bad, and then I knew it was gonna stress me out because I couldn't, like, do anything about it, and then I
Yeah.
couldn't resist, so I looked at it anyways because, of course, you know me, I had to look. It's really interesting. First
I
of all,
kinda
I will never be a fan of an 8 p.m. start time for a session. I will never, ever be, and I love the people at USA Weightlifting. You guys know I do. You guys know I love you, but God, even for, like, I was talking to a friend about this, and it's like, okay, even, coaches, media, even the USAW staff, it's like we're there till what, 10:30 at night. That's if everything's running on time, that we're
yeah,
like leaving by 10:30 to be back for weigh-ins the next morning is just like it's so much. And I think I had, a mistaken assumption of like, okay, we're moving unis out. So maybe that means that we can
relax a
condense
little.
it, just, well, not even relax, like, I didn't expect them to just, like, eliminate
Mhm.
the additional 2 platforms even, like, I don't even think that was my expectation, but I guess my hope was that it would be slightly condensed to where, again, we wouldn't need 8 a.m. sessions and 8 p.m. sessions, like, I
Yeah,
think that's just like, man, people are just beat to shit after the weekend, and, a lot of people go back to, like, their regular draw, you know what I mean? It's just, like, it's just really exhausting, and then again, that 8 p.m. session, if everything is not running on time perfectly all day, which sometimes doesn't happen, and not even to things within USAW's control, you know what I mean? Like, it could be whatever, but
yeah,
so that session, let's say it doesn't start till almost 9,
yeah,
like, that's a lot.
yeah. I
So,
mean,
I don't know, I don't love that piece, like, that piece stresses me out a little bit.
so on like the flip side with like all the A sessions clumped together, I kind
Mhm.
of think it's like kind of cool because it's like everyone's go like all like the head like great lifters are going at once. And it doesn't just leave like the supers to have like a very quiet Sunday session
Yeah.
because everyone plans to leave
I mean, I
Sunday.
think that is probably the hope, like,
Yeah.
I have been, I'm pulling up MeetCal right now, so if you guys haven't downloaded MeetCal, you should download MeetCal. I am pulling up MeetCal because I wanna look at this schedule. Um,
They're the sponsor of our third scholarship, by the way.
yeah, MeetCal sponsoring scholarships also, so you guys should support them. So, looking at I'm gonna pull up Sunday. Oh, I see what you're saying. There is all these 8 sessions on Sunday. So, here's the thing, the last session being, like, what do they have? 110.94, 86 plus, 110 plus, um, 77 and 69 plus, so youth 86 and 77 plus. So, like, it's still kind of like the people who would be competing on Sunday just all at once.
Mhm.
So, unfortunately, I don't think that's gonna make people stay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I still think these people competing at 4 p.m. on Sunday are not gonna have a huge crowd. I will always be a proponent for a Friday Night Light super session because I just think, like, they deserve the spotlight
Sure.
sometimes too, like, they're already always, like, lifting while people are, like, cleaning up chairs, and that feels shitty, you know, like, that's sometimes not fun. Obviously, like, 94A is earlier in the day. You know what else was, interesting to me is the rogue sessions are on Friday, weren't they previously on Saturday?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, that to me is strange because I think the rogue sessions being on Saturday was a huge deal because that's also the biggest audience in the Arnold, so it's also the biggest exposure for the sport.
Yeah.
Now, Saturday right now there is a rogue session for adaptive athletes.
Mhm.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
Huge fan of this. But I think pulling our top athletes off of Saturday is tough because you just won't get as many eyes on the sport, right?
Mhm,
Like Friday is not even close to as busy as Saturday is, like inside the Arnold.
mhm,
Um, so that kind of makes me a little bit sad. They did line up a lot of yeah, they kind of like lined up like all the D sessions, all the C sessions. So like a Friday night, you have A sessions, like 3 A sessions happening at the same time. Granted, only 2 will be in one room
mhm.
and 1 would be, in the other
Another
room, but
room.
it
Mhm.
is it is interesting. It's structured super, super different, um, than it ever has before. For that reason, I'm also glad that they put the preliminary schedule out slightly earlier, I feel like, than they normally would, because this is not what anybody would have assumed, right? Like, if they're planning travel. It'll be yeah, it'll be interesting. I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah. So, we'll see how it goes. Cause
Who knows? Oh,
I know. Well, yeah, cause like, leading into, like, this conversation, you're like, "Oh, what are you doing in Columbus?" It's like, well, the plan was to, like I thought I was gonna live Saturday and then have, like be able to relax and do, like, this meetup and then go out with my team or whatever, like, my girlfriends, afterwards, but no, I'm gonna have to call it an early night and get to weigh-ins at 6 a.m.
yeah. Well, and for me too, like, I pulled up my thing. I need to go through my, media requests and check it against the schedule and kinda send out things that needs to be. I'll
Yeah.
time block that out today for any of you listening. I had a couple people text me and I'm like, "I swear you're on my list. I promise. I'm so sorry. I was traveling." Um, to figure out also, like, when I have media. I'm definitely not full based on these requests, but, like, originally our plan was to do a meetup Saturday night.
Uh-huh.
If Wanda's lifting at 8 on Sunday, like, we're not doing a meetup on Saturday night because
Well, I
that
mean, I don't mind, it'd
would
probably
be
just be, like, cause it'd probably just be a chill day, it's not like I'm going out and drinking, you
no,
know?
but also, like, you have to be there to weigh in at 6,
Yeah.
So, like, it would just need to be, like, earlier in the evening, which is definitely a potential. We just need to see I need to look through my media schedule and see, like, if somebody booked a Saturday evening, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
need to do that.
Yeah.
I, I would say I have less than normal bookings-wise. But I don't really for how many weeks out we are. I tend to get, like, next week is usually, like, my biggest booking week. It's like once people kinda start to figure out their travel schedules and other things, that's when I'll get
Yeah.
more volume. I kinda have, like, my typical people that always book really, really early are who I have requests
Yeah.
from so far. I will
I don't
be coaching a couple people, but mostly doing media at the Arnold, which I'm excited for.
Mhm.
Um Be fun. I love the
Yeah.
Arnold. It's Meathead Christmas. It's one of my favorite times of year. I love it so much. I just have, like, such a good time every year, and I haven't even been, like, in the Arnold in forever, but
You're constantly, like, on your feet, like, in
the
the
amount
the
of steps I get is absolutely insane. But it's so much fun, and I just, like I don't know, it kinda, like, always fires me up. Any of the meets, really. The Arnold, the energy is just different, and I don't even remember who I was just having this conversation with. Can't remember who I've talked to anymore, so apologies if it was you that I was talking to. Um, just about how, like, the Arnold, I feel like, is kind of the, like, pinnacle meet for some people because
Uh-huh.
of where it is and the energy and all that kind of stuff. Like, people will obviously want to qualify for the series, but, like, Texas doesn't have the same ring as
Yeah.
going to the Arnold. Like, the Arnold for some people, that's kind of like their pinnacle meet, and I feel like that just brings such a fun energy to when people are competing, and so I just have such a ball, like, watching weightlifting,
Yeah.
like, what it could be a 77F session, H
Where,
session, like, with how many people are registered, but I just feel like the energy is still so much fun. It has
Uh-huh.
a different feel than a lot of the other meats, so I live for it. I think it just, like, amps me up for, like, the next few months. It gets
Fun. It's like travel. I mean, we like talk about this like all the time. It's like you're traveling. This is an experience. You get to meet or like meet up with all your friends from across the country.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I can't wait. I know. I always make sure to block off time. Well, actually, last year I did a horrible job of this at the Arnold, but after the Arnold, I did a good job of like making sure that I block off a time. So at least once or twice, like during the weekend, I can get to the training hall and actually
Train.
train, like at least like move a little bit. Last year was rough with that. I did not do a good
Yeah.
job.
Uh,
I think by the time, because a lot of people like late book also. So like by the time I filled in at the end, I think I like one day forgot to even leave myself a session off to like eat. And I'm just like one human. So I'm like, what am I doing? I'm stupid. Um, it's just too much fun. It's like too much fun. And I enjoy taking photos so much that I just want to like capture everything.
yeah.
I have too much fun. I cannot
Yeah.
wait. Oh my God, I cannot wait. Yeah, so we need to figure out when we're gonna do the meetup,
Hmm.
which maybe we can come up with a like a potential by like next week.
Yeah.
So I'll have gone through my like short list here. So my like early bookers of my media people and also like where my athletes are gonna be. And I should be able to like we should be able to find some chunks, even if it's like early evening Saturday. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Maybe not like
Yeah.
during the 8 p.m. session.
Yeah. I mean, you and I can just like chat
Yeah,
later.
we'll figure it out. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out. Either way, like, you guys should come and find us and say hi because 'cause we'll obviously be there. What time when are you going out, Thursday or Wednesday?
We'll drive out Thursday, like
Okay.
morning. We'll probably get there late evening or early evening-ish, like 5 or 6.
I've been spoiled. I have to drive from Wisconsin
Yeah.
this year. I've been driving just, like, a few hours to
No, yeah, it's
Columbus,
a
and it's
10-hour drive for us.
a little bit longer.
Yeah. But,
So,
what else?
I don't know. How about just, like, before we kinda sign off, this will be a shorter episode, which is totally fine. We were just excited. It's the 50th episode, so it needed to be us. And we're just so fucking pumped about the scholarship, so we wanted to make sure to talk about that in the Arnold. But what about how is your training going for the Arnold? Because you're competing.
Yeah, I am competing. I don't know. The goal is just to not bomb out again this year, right? So I think no, training's going really well. So if you haven't really been following along, I stopped training 5 times a week. I train about four. If I can make it to four, it's typically like three or four, depending on like I mean, the holidays have been so busy and I've been traveling and stuff. So it's like if I can get in three, that's like what I can do. But it's been about 4 times a week and I feel great. My legs are great, like recovery is great. I've been snatching really well.
Mhm.
Which snatches are like a hit or a miss for me. So I'm really hoping that we go in strong and make our first lift again for the Arnold because I feel like, oh, if I make that first snatch, like everything will be okay. But I don't know, I haven't PR'd in a while. Like it's been like well over I mean, I guess I did like 97, 98 attempts at Brew
Mhm.
City and they were both very close for clean and jerk but like prior to that it's been like well over like a year and a half, almost two. So I don't know, I'm just like hoping that peaking will like do me some good going into the meet. But I just wanted to, I don't know, have fun, make
Yeah.
my first match, and post a total, So, but training's been well. And also depending, so I'm going that trip I was talking about to San Diego. That's also for another meet with at Strength Tank with Stephanie and Ryan. Because they put out the date for their meet and I was like, man, I had such a good time when I like competed there a couple years ago.
Mhm.
And I'll just make it like a fun little vacation too. So it's like another thing to look forward to. Like
Yeah.
Southern California beach on in May. It's gonna be like so nice. Because we might get another like snowpocalypse in Wisconsin anytime between now and then. So it'd be a nice little getaway. So I guess depending on how the Arnold goes will also depend on whether or not I do like this like strength tank meet for fun or if I'm like, let's go fucking hard
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like try to like just push heavy and like PR. But we'll see.
I'm excited. I feel like you are putting less pressure on yourself for the Arnold this year. Like, obviously, you don't want to bomb out, but it
Yeah.
feels like compared to last year that you're like a little more chill going into the Arnold. Like, you're kind of like, oh, if I get 4 days, I get 4 days. If I get 3 days, I get 3 days. Like, I feel like that is very different from last year.
Yeah. I feel
And
like go ahead,
yeah, I don't
sorry.
know. I just feel like it feels different. Like, your training feels different and your like
Yeah, I just feel like
mental feels different.
because yeah, because like when we were first starting this podcast, I was still like consistently training 5 times a week and like just wanting to like be on top of my game or whatever. And then like obviously I went through that transition of like, let's step away from weightlifting as like my number one priority and try all these different things. So it's like I think I've just matured, like obviously like now competing in the sport again and wanting to train like as seriously as I can give myself or allow myself to be. I've grown in the sport where it's like, this is not my life. Like, it's great if I could be awesome at this, and I think I'm a pretty good weightlifter. I'm not, like, as strong as, like, the top, like, national level athletes, but, like, technically, I'm, like I move very well, at least I think. So, it's like I give myself a lot more grace, so if it's like, "Hey, if I don't have a good snatch day," like, I got Friday, you know, so it's
Hmm.
like I got next week and stuff. So it's like I just really enjoy just like being able to do this. And it's like the fact that I can still show up and it's like, man, I had a really good snatch day. Like that was really good. Or like,
Yeah.
wow, that was so pretty. It's like those are like the little like wins that I like try to look for every day. Um, which like helps overall because it's like, yeah, like because I don't like psych myself out for competition anymore. It's a lot less pressure. But obviously, like knowing that I bombed out at the Arnold last year, I'm like, what's the worst that could happen? That was the worst that could happen, you know? So it's like,
I feel like last year, even though you bombed out, like, you still had such a good time, though. Like, I
oh, it
feel
was
like we
so
had so
fun.
much fun in the back. Like,
Yeah.
it was still so much fun, too, which just proves, like, the experience is part of it, too.
Yeah.
Obviously, nobody wants to bomb out. I'm not saying that,
No.
but, like, it was still a good time.
It's because like I had so much faith. Like I love clean and jerk. Like I have so much like faith in my clean and jerk. Like I wish we could clean and jerk first, honestly. Um, But it's, like, knowing that, like, clean and jerk is my lift, like, I get to, like, let's just go balls to the wall, you know, like, "Fuck it, let's put 100 on the bar." Like, I got nothing to lose if I don't make it, like, who
Mhm.
cares?
Yeah.
So, it's just, like, yeah, just trying to find, like, the little joys in, like, the sport is just kinda where I'm at right now. It's not
Yeah.
my life. It's
No,
fun.
that's good. I mean, again, like, it's you gotta be realistic with, like, what you can do. I know, like, I had a really hard time going from, like, wanting to train 5, 6 sessions a week for weightlifting to, like, right now doing 3. Like, I have 3, like, bigger sessions that are weightlifting focused,
Yeah.
and I am usually in the gym more, but it's not weightlifting focused, or, like, if I need to split my squats off or something, I do, or I go and just do, like, bodybuilding stuff or
Mhm.
whatever if I need to move, or obviously I'm, like, working with a yoga studio now, so I'll, like, go do yoga or, like, go do something else, and, um, that's it's still, like, a struggle for me sometimes to not wanna, like, do more, but it's honestly been really good, especially coming back from tearing my quad, so
Yeah.
it's hard, though, when your brain is telling yourself that, like, that's the standard you're supposed to be at or the, like, rule you're supposed to follow, you know?
Yeah, I feel like I mean, we talked about this once on the podcast before. It's like the way I approach life is very different from how you approach life. Like, I can like try it, maybe like if I don't like it the first time, like give it another go, but it's like I'm not gonna I mean, very different with books. I will not do not finish books. So it's like but like if I'm trying an activity and I'm like okay with it, like I'll just like kind of cruise
Yeah, yeah.
instead of like gung ho. Like
I know. I would love that character trait. I think that would probably be good for my mental health to develop
yeah.
that character trait. I just don't have it. Just don't have it. Um, I've tried. I've literally tried. 38 years later, it's not happening.
Hey, you know what? I think a good therapist might be able to, like,
This is
try to
the
figure out,
second
like
time in what, 2 weeks that Wanda's been like, "Do you have a therapist?"
but, like, seriously, it's like, I'm sure they can, like, at least give reason as to, like, why you're so, like,
Oh, yeah.
"I need
I
to go
mean,
all in."
Yeah, and I've been in therapy before, and it's been a conversation, and part of that is so, from therapy, part of that learning is, like, not trying to do 45 things because I
Yeah.
don't have the ability to not be really intense about stuff, so it's purposely why I don't, do 15 hobbies or try different things or, get interested in a craft. To kinda make myself, like, choose
Yeah.
things to do, because I get so gung ho about everything. It's also like learning how to manage that because like, if I add one more thing and I'm like trying to be really good at like seven things instead of three things, like that is not good for my mental health either.
Yeah.
Because I just like beat myself up that I'm not good enough at those seven things. So part of the thing that I've learned so far is also just kind of like choosing the things that I wanna invest in, but I think also, like we talked about time blocking, like blocking off time where, like, I'm not allowed to do anything, like, competitive or anything, um I say competitive, but that's not even, like, a good description because like,
I mean,
crochet, I would
having
be like, "How fast
competition in
can I get
everything
this
you
done?"
do.
Like
Yeah.
but, like, I get my nails done, that's a good example, like, I cannot do jack shit when I get my nails done, right? So, for me, that's, like, a test and restriction, which sounds really silly for most people, I'm sure, but for me, it's, like, a test and restriction because I can't be on my phone, I can't get anything done, I can't it doesn't feel productive to me,
Yeah.
and I really struggle with that. I'm actually going to get a massage today.
Okay.
That's really hard for me, and I also am, like, beating myself up about, like, why am I spending money on this? Because technically, it's not even, like, somebody's Thai auntie is not gonna, like, beat the shit out of me, and I'm gonna feel great for lifting the next day, like, that's not what I'm going for, like, a relaxing massage, so, like, that is so anti-Mandy, like, against everything I'm, like, good at or don't struggle with, so, like, even that is gonna be really hard, like, hour, 20 minutes of, like, it's meant for relaxation, and I can't do
Relax.
anything, I can't it's not deep tissue, it's not gonna be, like, so painful that, like, then that's where my focus goes, like, usually it's, like, if I'm, in hot yoga or I'm in a deep tissue like, there's pain or there's something associated where, like, then that's where my focus goes, this is not that. So, I am working on it. It may sound, um, like not much to anyone who doesn't share my obsessive character traits, but for me, that's such a big deal and also something that I don't think I've ever done that. Like, I don't think I've ever had, like, a relaxing massage before,
Sure.
ever in my life. I've only had massage, like, for purpose,
Yeah.
like sports massage, deep tissue massage, like, for purpose. I've never just, like, to relax. So,
Yeah. I
I'm
had a
trying
massage.
to grow as a
Yeah.
human.
I had a massage, like, maybe a couple weeks ago now, and, like, I was, like, in the I think oh my god, this is so embarrassing, but Imma say it anyway. So it's, like, it was more of, like, a it was, like I was there for, like, some back, deep tissue work, but also just, like, I wanted, like, a relaxing, like, massage too, and then, like, when you're in that, like, little flow state where you're just, like, fully relaxed, I, like, definitely I'm pretty sure I just let out, like, a moan, right? And I was like, "Fuck, did that actually happen?" Like, I'm, like, trying to, like, get back into, like, consciousness
You're,
to,
like,
like, make
second
sure,
guessing
like
yourself, like, did it
like
happen? Did it not happen? Did I imagine that?
yeah, and then I'm like, "Okay," like, because 'cause I'm, like, I'm not sure because 'cause I'm in this, like, state or whatever. So, I, I'm pretty sure I kept doing it, but I'm like, "Dude, I need to stay conscious so I'm not, like, accidentally moaning," like, because your body just, like, feels so good, right? But it's like,
Mhm.
"God damn it." I'm like, "This is so embarrassing," but it's fine, like, whatever. But
I
it's
mean,
like
I'm
it's
sure that, like, their body workers are used to probably the most ridiculous
yeah,
reactions and things too, like, or, I mean, I'm sure you're not the first, you won't be the
I
last, you
know.
know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like you were doing anything inappropriate, it was just, like, your body's reaction
Yeah.
to the body work, but that's really funny.
Oh my god, yeah. So I was just like, "Oh god, please excuse me."
I think I'm more worried I'll fall asleep, and mostly because I just got back from that conference, so I'm, like, decently, like, actually physically exhausted. I had to stay up past my routine bedtime, so that's really hard for me. Um, And I'm like, I don't wanna, I wanna, absorb the relaxation from it. I don't wanna fall asleep, you know what I mean? Because like, I
Yeah.
know that the activity will be relaxing, so but I'm working on it one
I mean, if you end up moaning like me, just let me know. Well, not
If
like a
I end
moan.
up moaning during my massage, I will
Oh
immediately
gosh,
text
at
you. I'll
least
be
you're
like,
not
"You're not
titled
alone."
as that.
Listen, I have been
But
alone for a
anyway,
very long
one
time, so you never know.
yeah. Anyway, one of the thoughts that I had when we were talking about, like, your commitment to things and activities, like, 1, I think is, like, I probably have ADHD. 2, I the saying, like, "Jack of all trades, master of none." I'm just, like, totally okay with being master of none
Yeah,
and, like, just, like, doing all the fun little things and just,
yeah,
like, having, like knowing that I can do so many things, where it's like, I
yeah.
feel like you have to be good at the one thing.
Yeah. See, I love that, and I think that okay, so I love that phrase, "Jack of all trades, master of none." I kind of love that, it's if to me, it's more like breadth of knowledge.
Mhm,
Like, you may not be the top utmost expert, but it's like you have this large breadth of knowledge. I feel like that's always been my desire for that to describe me. Um, to be able to have a wide breadth of knowledge, and maybe I'm not the top, but I think in multiple things in my life where it's like, okay, I didn't, graduate top of my class, I was a few back, or, like soccer, I would be like second best, or, the second chair, second one. It's like anytime I sat second for something, it just changed something within me. And I just
yeah,
like, I, I think part of it is the just this constant desire for learning. Like we talked about this obviously in a podcast a very long time ago where we talk about me being an obsessive, crazy person. Um, that I think I dig into sometimes like areas that people don't because I become so obsessive and like there's good and bad points to all of it, right?
mhm,
Um, but I think that was my original intention. And then I realized that like I just wasn't for me, I just, wasn't happy. Like, I admire that in you,
yeah,
but for me, I just, was never it's like I was never satisfied. You know what I mean? And I also felt like, personally, on certain things because I wanted to, know a little bit about everything that I never, pushed myself in certain areas. So instead of, something would really interest me and I could have, dove deeper, instead I would kind of "Well, I should learn one more thing." And it almost became that instead of it just became competitive in a really strange way where I was, trying to, accumulate items of knowledge that had nothing to do with each other rather than letting myself, dive deeper into things that I really loved. And so I think that kinda changed that for me or, letting myself, get obsessed with, dance, letting myself get obsessed with, things that really, really, made me happy and made me feel creative. Now, again, I take that to a completely unhealthy level, often, and I'm aware of that, and I'm, working on that. I'm getting a damn massage, but I do think for me, it kind of I tried that, and I did not do well with it. I felt
yeah,
like I was almost, restricting myself or, would kind of, punish myself if I liked something too much, you know?
yeah, yeah, I feel like it's just, like, a learned thing for me because it's, like, as a child or, like, being, like, academically, successful as, like, a grade school or middle schooler, and it's like, oh, you hit high school, it's like, "Oh, crap, I actually can't, like, do as well." Um as I did when I was, like, 7, right?
Mhm.
What do you mean I'm, like, the time tests, doesn't really matter anymore or whatever, like, the multiplication tables? Um, but it's, like,
Yeah.
almost like a act of rebellion, I feel like, because it's like, "Oh, I'm expected to be, like, the top of, like, my class and, like, 1st chair, 2nd chair," which, like, by the time I realized, like, "Oh, that's not me," I'm just like, "Okay, I don't care anymore, like, I can't win everything." So it's like, I think I learned that pretty on, so it's, like, been it has helped in, like, well, now 20 plus years, like, in this life where it's, like, affecting me in, um, like, how I, like, perceive and, like, experience, like, all my other hobbies and stuff, so it's, like, I just learned that very early on, and it's just
Yeah.
stuck with, so
I think it has a lot to do too with the people around you,
mhm.
like, when I was in dance, I was, like, constantly around only, like, dance and music people,
Uh-huh.
right? So, like, I ended up doing more stuff that was then, like, dance and music because those were the only people I was around, so it's not
Yeah.
like, I didn't have, like, a variety of friends or, like, a variety of interests that were surrounding me anyways.
Yeah.
So I think that also influences a lot of things, and I even think about, like I mean, we've talked about this how many times, it's like, since I've been in Wisconsin, I've done more things socially than in the 7 years I was in Indiana.
Yeah.
It was all about, like, who I was surrounded with, like, I didn't have, like, friends there or people that I
Yeah.
was going to do stuff, whereas, like, here I'm, like,
Yeah.
texting you and Julie so we can go to this, like, dance party thing in March,
Yeah.
and, little things like that that would not normally have been a part of my life, whereas everything most of my life has been very much built around whatever work I'm doing and then whatever sport or art I'm doing, like, but in a professional capacity, right?
Yeah.
So, like,
I think
dance was not just, like, for fun, like, it was how I was paying bills.
yeah.
So, like,
I
everything was work.
Yeah. So I think like my pivotal moment when like that like shift happened for me was freshman year. I tried out for Palms because I joined like the dance academy. So like I took dance classes as like part of like school.
Mhm.
Everyone also in the dance academy just naturally just happened to also try out for Palms, which I'm like, hey, I guess like I'll try out for Palms too. And I didn't make the team, which like kinda I mean, it was on purpose in a way because I was like I just, like, uncontrollably laughed. I was like, "I can't do this. This is, like I'm done." I butchered it. So, like, the fact that I didn't make the Poms team, I was, like, convinced to actually do join tennis instead, which are 2 very different groups of jocks, which I mean, like still jocks, but it's like 2 you have your, like, your nerdy little jocks, and that's, like, the tennis team, and it's like you have your cool kids, which is, like, the Poms team. So it's like being the yeah, so it's like the fact that I was split between, like, 2 subgroups of people that just, like and I was, like, mediocre in both, like, obviously not good enough for Poms, but, like, good enough to be in, like, the dance academy, but it's like tennis was okay. I was JV team for 2 years. So, yeah, again, learned early on that it's like, I can just be mediocre at things and just be okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think you're obviously, like, I don't think that's what is everything. Like, you're obviously, like, doing your PhD. You're incredibly brilliant and very good at a lot of things, but I I admire that you have the ability to not be obsessive.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I mean, I think for both of us is probably a lot of, like, learned behavior and environment of that and that
yeah, psychology's
expectation.
interesting.
And here we
Psychology, sociology.
mhm,
Okay.
and here we are.
Just 2 girls, 1 bar,
Just
a
2
podcast.
girls, 1 bar. Just trying to have a podcast and get some girlies to lift a
Yeah.
lot of weight. That's all. And
Yeah,
giving out 6 fucking scholarships.
I want one.
So
I can't
cool.
afford this.
Yeah. I, I was, like, laughing because I go through like, I work, for anyone who doesn't know, I, like, work with a nonprofit, and a lot of times we'll, like, talk about a program, and I'm like, I qualify for that." Like, I
Yeah.
qualify for all of those things, like, they don't pay me anything here.
Yeah.
Um Yeah, it's tough, but which is just it's more of the reason that we're doing it. If you guys want to still support the scholarships and help us maybe give out 7 or 8 of them, you can. We've had some really amazing businesses sponsor some scholarships, so obviously a very special thank you to Formula, to Philosophical Weightlifting, to Meet Cal. And, we've also had a good amount of just, like, audience and listeners, a couple previous guests contribute some funds, which is how we have 6 scholarships that we can give out, which is so cool. If you want to help support and help us do more scholarships, just shoot us a message and we can send you the Venmo of where to send it. We're sending all the money directly from Venmo, so you send it to me and I'm literally doling it out right from Venmo. It makes me very nervous to have that money sitting on Venmo, but we're doling it out pretty quickly. We have the scholarship application will stay out. Let's say this podcast is coming out. Yeah, it will stay out till next week. So the scholarship application will stay open until the 20th, and we'll pick and give the final ones on the 25th. We are going to give, by the time you guys are listening to this, we will have given one more. We'll give another one next week. And then as of now, we'll give 3 the final week. So you can still apply. You do not need to apply more than once. I will say that. We've had that question a couple times. So applying more does not increase your chances. Only apply once. And we're going through and reading those applications. But you can still apply all the way up through the deadline on the 20th. We'll close the application in the evening of the 20th so that we can kind of finalize that and give out the last few. But don't feel like you shouldn't apply if you hadn't yet. We're just giving out a couple ahead of time. Like I said, it makes me nervous to hold on to the money, so I wanted to give out a couple. And honestly, like we're just really excited. Like we couldn't wait, and we wanted to kind of give out a couple. And I know it really helps with people for planning and all of that. So we also, just to kind of set the stage, we've also had some questions about if we'll be doing this for other events. In an ideal world, yeah, we would love to do that. I would really love to do scholarships that aren't always attached to like national events too. So maybe scholarship for somebody doing their first meet or something like that. Obviously that gets a little bit more interesting. We've kind of talked about before how the Patreon, part of the goal of the Patreon is for us to kind of like build a stash where we can kind of cover things like that and have just like an ongoing scholarship application open. And so that's something we're looking at launching after the Arnold, is kind of something that's always open. But we would love to like, do this for other national events, partner with other events. I know a couple people reached out about, events that are kind of like in different parts of the country. It gets just difficult because it's like not something that we could be at or participate in, or, we don't want to necessarily restrict who we give money to based on like where they're from or that type of a thing. We want to be really careful that we're just trying to support everybody from everywhere and kind of giving equal opportunity to the scholarship funds that we do have. So we're definitely looking to do more. We want to, we would love to give away all kinds of money. It'd be really, really great. If you have ideas, we're always open to hearing them, or have like an event and you want us to like partner in or something, like we're always open to ideas. And we'll definitely do more of these in the future. The Arnold just seemed kind of like the most apt first one,
Mhm.
which is really cool. Any closing thoughts? Anything else? Anything we
No
forgot?
thoughts, no thoughts, just vibes. Looking forward to seeing everyone at the Arnold. Come say
Yes.
hi.
Oh my gosh, we can't wait to see everybody at the Arnold. We will
Buy
update you guys
t-shirts.
on our meetup.
I said buy t-shirts.
Oh, buy t-shirts. Yeah, buy t-shirts. Wear them to the Arnold because that's fucking cool. That would be so cool. That's another thing I should do. Add that to my list of 5,000 things, is I should order some special stickers for the Arnold.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's been real, you guys.
Happy
50
50th episode.
50 episodes, 1 year of Two Girls, One Bar. 50 episodes, 1 year, 6 scholarships.
2 girls, 1 bar.
Oh my God. Okay, we gotta go. That's enough.
Bye.
Bye.